That what it is?
I think so.
I've got another 10 or something getting delivered tomorrow. Well, they're supposed to be delivered today. But
What a drop project one.
To tell him there's a tap takeover at the Swan in Brighton on Thursday.
Don't swear.
Mine and Sit.
don't swear, we're live. We're live.
Are we live right now?
What's it Joe Rogan always says? Yep, we're live. Yep, go.
Yep.
Is that us?
Yep.
One for the road. Aye.
Certainly.
One for the road.
We're certainly in. We're in the like swimwear. Beer Fridge Podcast. One for the road. Evening one, and welcome to this episode of One for the Road. Part of the Beer Fridge Podcast on YouTube. Make sure if you're listening for the first time, you're hitting that subscribe button and the ding-a-ling as well to be notified of all our videos that we put up. And we are sponsored by Beer 52. You can head to beer52.com/beer fridge. Up there, right above my noggin. Make sure you whack that in, and you can get yourself a free case of beer. 8 craft beers, a ferment, award-winning magazine, and a snackaroo. All you have to do is cover the postage and packaging. And make sure you head over to Tapestry as well on the 8th of February. Tap into Bristol ourselves and the Tapestry boys are holding a one-day beer event, Six Nations Rugby. Live podcast and fun and games and giveaways. That's on the 8th of February. If you want more information on that, head over to the Instagram, Twitter pages, all social media for more information, and also the Tapestry guys as well. Make sure you like, follow and share all their gear as well. I'm Gavin Baxter, that's Scott McMillan, that's Marky Boy Dixon, and in the bottom left corner that's Callum Muir. And we're going to do as we always do with One for the Road. We're going to have one more beer after the podcast, and we're going to have a quick discussion, and we're going to find out what we are drinking first. I've personally, in fact, fuck it, Callum, what are you drinking before mine?
I have grabbed a Nature Vinegar from Stuart. It's the Canadian Breakfast Stout, 6.8%, and it's super sweet on the nose, really thick and creamy stout, and knocked my socks off. I managed to sneak 2 into the trolley when we were in Aldi at the weekend, and I had one at the weekend and it blew my socks off. It was absolutely tremendous. So I've saved the other one for tonight, and might hear about it again when we're talking about our beers of the week. So.
Super. Gilroy, are you switched over? In fact, I know you switched over.
So I'm going to give a brief shout out to a staple. Beer for the discerning gentleman. It's Sharp's Doom Bar Amber Ale, 4.3%. Cornwall, made in the rock in Cornwall. At the mouth of the Camel estuary, and it's pretty. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. One additional thing I would say is that there's new can art, and they have right up my street based on my Christmas present, which has now turned me into an amateur expert food pairing. So apparently the food pairing for this beer is great with battered seafood like calamari. Or a fish supper. No, it's not. It's just calamari. Grilled white fish or pork. Also great with Sunday roast. So basically food. It's good with food. If you're having food, you can enjoy this.
You were talking about...
You're pretty much covered the whole spectrum there.
I was going to say, you're talking about the fierce menu earlier, and you're basically, what's on that tin is everything that you can get on a generic traditional pub lunch.
If you go to Spoons, you could enjoy a pint of Doom Bar with pretty much anything there is on the menu.
Got you.
Fair enough. I bought 2 cans of the Tiny Rebel Pale Ale. There's Cali Pale, Juicy Pale Ale, 5%. Which, like I said, if you listen to the podcast, you'll know I've already had one. Cali Pale, Kickback, and Watch the World Go By. Pine and tropical on the nose, juicy pine and mango taste. Thoroughly enjoying that. Marky boy.
Again, sticking with William Rose, which seems to be my brewery of choice. the last couple of weeks. I have my one for the road's the Studio 54 IPA, 5.5%. And I can agree with what you were saying earlier, Gil, which is that this is probably the best of a Bad Bunch from their new range, put it that way. This is like I could drink more than one tin of this and be quite happy. I think it's a wee bit more bitter than the other stuff, but then like on the as you kind of start, or the first sip of it is, then you kind of get hit with a wee bit of sort of, I don't know if it's lemon or if it's like lime. I don't know what it is. Let's call it citrus then on the back end. But no, it's palatable.
I found it pretty pleasant. If somebody got you, I mean, if you sent somebody to the shop and said, go and pick me up a few beers and they come back with 4 of them, I don't think you'd be too upset.
I would not be. No. It's definitely one for the road. Like, it's probably the best of the ones that I've had this evening anyway. So, perfect. So, anyway, good boys. One for the road.
Cheers. Ting. One for the road indeed. Before we move on to the subjects we've got written down, would you believe we've actually had someone drop a question live as we've been recording?
It's not Jolly Boy John, is it?
It's actually no. Ask Wow This, apparently, is the name. Good evening. They've asked what's our favourite beer?
Tenants Lager all round, I feel. No, I'm joking. Well, Callum's is probably closest. It's probably easiest to come by. Yours, whatever the sour stout is. I can't remember the name of it, but you will.
Oh, it's good to talk.
There you go.
It's good to talk. It's the Fierce Sour Porter, and that's certainly since I'm going to stick my neck out. Since I've been on the podcast, that is the best beer that I've tried. So, get yourself to Fierce and get a can, or on draft if it's still available.
Aye. I'll go next. I mean, the one, to be honest, my favourite beers, it changes all the time with breweries bringing out new stuff all the time. So you're always finding new stuff that you really like. I was going to say Cosmic Crush, but one that just sprung to mind there is from Drop Project and their Lip Smack, which I thoroughly enjoy. One of my favourite sours I've had. And it's a brand new brewery which are doing some really good things at the moment. Everything we managed to have when they sent us stuff was really, really good. And I'm expecting big things from them this year, so make sure you keep an eye out for Drop Project Brewing.
Nice. I'm the same as you. It's really difficult for me to pick one. So I'm just going to go with anything IPA for me. New England IPA is my favourite style of beer. So favourite one that just kind of jumps right to mind is by Tiny Rebel, and it's what's cooler than being cool.
Ice cold!
Thank you. Can't go wrong. Tiny Rebel, one of our kind of favourites. So if you can grab what's cooler than being cool, then get stuck in.
Gilroy.
I'm going to stick with the darker beers. I'm going to pick my favourite that I've tried is the Hamilton Crunch, the peanut butter milk stout, because it's the closest, and probably it's just slightly, I feel, more enjoyable just because it's got that sweeter tinge to it than the Peanut Riot by Fierce, which is sadly no longer with us. Although I believe it's due a resurgence when they move to their new site. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But the Hamilton Crunch is my favourite.
That's a good one.
Fair enough. Cool. Hopefully that's answered your question. If you head
What's your favourite beer?
Yeah, tell us your favourite beer. If it's Coors Light, we'll block you.
I fucking told you.
No, his favourite. The guy's favourite beer, you good. Or the person's favourite beer.
Sorry. Fuck.
Jesus Christ. You're the voice of the viewer as well, remember.
Bad. Sorry. If you make sure you head over to the podcast and find out and listen.
The pub's open, it's not fucking looking.
And listen to our new craft beer league where we're ranking all the supermarkets in regards to how well they provide us, the end users, with fantastic craft beers. So make sure you head over to Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you get your podcasts and have a little listen. So, Scott, shall we have a little excerpt from your your little book?
Yes.
You-
So, not much. There's not much a preamble before this, but so we're in a couple of weeks ago. Had made the trip to. We've been doing this kind of try and take the dog a walk at different places, and it's an excuse basically to go and have a cup of coffee or a peruse round about whatever bottle shop's closest, and bookshop. So we went in Portobello bookshop. We were in there and had a quick look round about the places, and then I managed to clocked it as soon as I was there and googled it previously, but that's a by the by. The Fine Wine Company, and went in there and picked up the Tin Man and the various other beers that we picked up from Williams Bros last week, along with the Raspberry Dog Chew, which are in the last one for the road, which was excellent. Across in the bookshop though, I managed to go looking for beer-based books, and this one kind of caught my eye as I thought it might be pretty funny. It's called Two for the Road. That's the name for this. It's by Roddy Doyle, and it's the blurb on it is basically that two men meet for a pint or three in a Dublin pub. They chew the fat, set the world to rights, and mourn friends gone. David Bowie, Prince, Princess Leia, and young Frankenstein. Around them in the world, the Brexit, Trump, and referendum storm, but there's some things, good things never change. So it's basically a comedian who writes it, and it's in the guise of two guys having a conversation in the pub. So the bit I've picked, one of the bits that I've picked, is pretty short, and it's quite apt considering the weather we had in West Lothian over the past 24 hours or so. Fucking snow. The snow can fuck off with itself. I got home there about an hour and it was drifted up against the front door. I had to go round the back, had to climb over the gate. I've not done anything like that since I was about 10. Nearly broke my bollocks. I hate that. My hands were fucking numb. I could hardly hold the fucking key, and then I couldn't get the door open. How come? Bread. There was a wall of Brennan's bread up against the back door. The kitchen was full of sliced pans. That's a bit fucking excessive. And she says, well, the wife, she was down super value and she saw people grabbing the bread. She doesn't know what came over her, some primitive urge or something. She got into the ruck. She says she gouged out some poor young lad's eyes and all that, and all he wanted was a cream slice. Anyway, she went back 5 times or more. For fuck's sake. That's the best bit. She asked me what I want for my tea, and I say a toasted sandwich because, we have the fucking bread. She says, no, fuck off, we're keeping that for an emergency. So, there you go. Basically a good few pages of that. They're quite quick to read, all about a page long, and you can just kind of pick one up as you're passing and read a couple of pages. But it's quite funny. There's a couple of other books in the kind of series that he does as well, based on about things for that time period when the book was released. It covers the last 5 years, so it's pretty funny.
That's good.
That's quite good. I quite enjoyed that. Right, beers of the week, gentlemen. Beers of the week. Callum looks ready, so we'll go with you first, sir.
Yeah, well, I've already spoken about it. I've already given my notes. So, Not Your Buddy Guy, my beer of the week.
Not Your Buddy Guy. Fair play, fair play. I can't remember if I did give this beer of the week last week or not. I don't think I did, but I'm going to give Overworks Cosmic Crush Raspberry Sour my nomination for beer of the week. I think Callum and Miguel, you probably gave it as your beers of the week as well, and I'm going to back that up. Thoroughly enjoying it. 4.5% sour, and it's absolutely fantastic. And if you're south of the border, you can get it in Morrison's.
Fuck Morrison's.
Delk.
I'm kind of torn at the moment, put it that way. I got a nice wee delivery from the previously named Beer Me Now guys as well, and picked up a couple of the Electric Circus's, is it Weird Bird, I think it's called, or
Whirly Bird.
Whirly Bird, excuse me, thank you.
You think you'd known what you fucking ordered?
Honestly, to be honest, I've got 2 boxes coming, and I just went a wee bit bonkers picking stuff. The Whirly Bird, thank you, Callum. Pale ale, top notch. It was like it's like one of my perfect sort of beers because as much as it is a pale ale, it drinks and pours very much like a New England IPA. It's quite hazy in that sense, and it, like we said a few weeks ago, it packs that wee bit of a punch as well. It's only 5.5%, so it's nothing too crazy, but it's still it tastes heavier than the ABV is, if that makes sense. That's my beer of the week, but the one I'm going to just quickly shout out because the missus is loving it is the Brick Brewery Cucumber and Strawberry Sour, 3.9%, and absolutely loves it. So it's been nice pouring 2 beers when we're having drinks rather than gin and tonic or whatever.
You say that. See, I thought it'd be nice as well when my missus started drinking beer, but then it's the beer that I want to fucking drink.
Yeah, well, maybe
so you've not got that issue with a sour and the big man, have you?
I'm alright. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the nicest I have tasted, to be fair, and I do think my palate is coming round because if you remember a few weeks ago, that McKellar Yuzu Super Soury number was pretty tasty. So honestly, give it the summertime, boys. I'll be head sour man.
Looking forward to it.
There we go, man. Whirly Bird, Electric Circus, beer of the week for me.
Gilroy.
So mine's a listener sponsored beer of the week. Because I'd had the Whirly Bird and things like that before, and I've mentioned them before. And the shirt stuff was good, but it's based on the description I've heard of the tasting notes on this. This would be right up most 3 out of 4 streets. So this is by a brewery called, and I was in Brewdog at the weekend, so I'd seen that they had done a kind of takeover of their guest section in most of the Brewdog pubs in Edinburgh, anyway, the 2 in Edinburgh, and it's a brewery called Omnipollo. Now, Omnipollo are based in Sweden. It's a beer production company. It's Henok Fenty is the guy's name. They brew a few different styles. They've got a brewer and a graphic artist, and their cans are really cool. The specific beer that I'm going to mention is, if I can find it again, it's called Bianca. It's called Bianca, and it's a blueberry maple pancake lassie goes. Now it's 6%. This is direct from the Omnipollo shop. €15 to buy, so definitely on the expensive end. But the tasting notes on this beer from Jamie are Omnipollo blueberry goes, separate text message, shit the bed. I said I saw cans of it in Brewdog the other day. Next time you're there, do it. It's the best goes I think I've ever had. And he's tried. What he said was that the 500ml can in Brewdog was £9. So cheaper, but no, it's steep. It's steep for a 500ml can. But that was his, and I mean the stuff. You'll see you can really see the picture, but it pours like blackcurrant jam. Essentially, that's what it looks like, and the can art's pretty smart. I made the mistake of picking up the other can that was in the fridge that looked kind of similar, and was miffed to find it was 0.1% or 1.0 some percent, and put it back and didn't look at the rest of them. So this is the Omnipollo Bianca double peanut butter jelly lassie goes, which is 1.7%. And it's pretty smart. Smart can art. You'll see if you notice, you'll see the other orange candy in the background, which is sad.
Yeah,
because I never picked it up. But I don't know if that's everything there looked smart. That whole section looked really nice, and the fridge is full of it. So if you're passing by Brewdog and you're feeling flush, go for it. That was his beer of the week nom, and I thought I'll steal it and forward it on in place of my own inept beer tasting skills over the weekend.
Jamie is always more than welcome to come on the podcast as well if he wants to.
Aye.
I know he probably wouldn't, but
They might. You never know.
you never know. The invitation is there.
There could be big things to come.
Invitation is there. Look at that. Look, see, like,
Oh, while we're on the subject of Jamie, I was keeping this for one for the road before we tidy up and finish up and leave. I am and I'm taking this is a sacrifice that I'm making for these. On the 22nd of February, I'm forcing myself to make the trip to Manchester for the Friends and Family Beer Day for Cloudwater.
That sounds like such a terrible.
and if you would like to sponsor McGill for £3 a day, he can he can
You
get
will eat a meal deal every day and gain absolutely nothing. So the breweries at this, it's going to be incredible. So I'm going on the 22nd of February. I'm driving down in the morning. There are tickets still available. I think the tickets are £60. There is if you're leaving from Scotland. There's 4 seats in a car. I'm driving down to just outside Manchester for the 11:30 in the morning session. Staying over, obviously. Obs. And
man.
we're just at the other end of the basically the end of the tram line. Make our way into the city centre and go for there. The breweries.
I'm assuming it's festival pours in if it's 60
Yes,
quid.
festival pours for your £60, and the amount of the sheer volume's incredible. So just for the North America, and this is the main reason I'm going. So Trillium.
Yes.
Other ones for that, you've got Stillwater.
Oh,
And a plethora of other ones. For the European section, you've got Mikkeller, Omnipolo, Stigberts, Baskeland, a few Dutch numbers in there as well. And then UK, you've got Boundary, Brew by Numbers, Brewdog, Bunt Sky, Bunt Mill, Cloudwater, Dea, Duration, Fine Ales, Gypsy Hill, the Colonel, Left-Handed Giant, Lost and Grounded, Marble, Northern Monk, Oliver's, Salopian, Siren, 6 Degrees North, Track, Verdant and Wylam.
wow.
Full
So-
shebang.
The full complement, plus as I said, the trans, I'll be basically pitching up outside the Trillium in the Trillium queue as soon as the place opens, because that stuff in Boston it never normally makes a trip to the UK, so I'm taking the opportunity while it's gone to try it, and I'll remember to take a notepad with me and write it down, because I'll need to keep reminding myself what it tastes like. And apparently we're planning on making the trip to the Northern Monk place as well, or North, and we're going to go for a bite to eat and stuff as well, so there'll be a few different. Hopefully there'll be a few other beers over and above the festival stuff, but the festival's going to be amazing. So
Well,
that's my early birthday present. Thanks, Jade.
Nice.
the lineup of those breweries, it sounds pretty awesome.
Okay.
You can't-
22nd. I'm in Gatwick on the 21st. I wonder if I can just.
You've
What,
got something on the
Manchester?
22nd of February, mate.
Never?
Aye.
Craft beer kitchen thing.
No,
No?
you're coming to that sportsman's dinner with me.
Oh, well, there you go.
Ah, you thought. There you
Are you coming? You want to come up?
go. Coming!
There's tickets for the 11:30 session, but he had one. He's like, I've got. I think his other half's had to go and do something else. I think that she's had to go and give up her ticket, which I know she'd be sore about. So I've kind of swooped in late doors and picked up the ticket, which is good.
You know what? That is such an honourable guy.
Wouldn't you want him going on his Todd?
Oh,
What an absolute gent.
I felt you it was a sacrifice.
As always with the Beer Fridge podcast and the Beer Fridge, the Beer Fridge on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit subscription below and hit that ding-a-ling-a-ling on the bottom right there, or bottom right. And as always, we're sponsored by Beer 52, beer52.com patreon.com/beer fresh. It's going across the top of the screen there above my head. You can head over there and grab yourself a free box of beer, a Ferment magazine, and a snackaroo. Every month is a different theme month. You can grab your box now by heading over there. All you have to do is cover postage and packaging, and it'll be sent straight to your door. beer52.com/beer fresh. And of course, 8th of February, Tap into Bristol. Ourselves and Tapestry having a one-day beer event on the 8th of February. There's going to be Six Nations Rugby, there's going to be live podcasts, there's going to be giveaways and prizes to be won, and a whole lot of fun.
Wow. All right, Pat. No.
And as we know, the Tapestry guys are going to be launching their new beer as well. I'm looking forward to that. 8th of February in Bristol at Tapestry. Tap into Bristol. We look forward to seeing you there. The more, the merrier. Until next time, cheery bye.
Cheery bye.
Hello.